Hello, my beautiful friends. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. And if you're new today, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And we really hope that you stick around by hitting that subscribe and notification bell to join this amazing family here. All right, we actually have a lot to cover today. I have some new products I want to share with you. I have the new foundation from Juvias Place, a new mascara from E.l.f, and a new palette from Essence. And I'm also going to be bringing out some oldies but goodies. So a lot to cover. So let's just get started. Okay, before we get started, there's always something, you guys know that. But if you're here just for the tutorial, I'll put a timestamp here. That way you can just skip along and get to that part of the video. But you guys, I'm so excited to share something with you. And those of you that follow me over on Instagram probably already know what I'm going to be sharing. And those of you that don't know, last summer, my mom, she lost her best friend, her little Chihuahua. I mean, that was her life. She did everything for this dog. She cooked its meals, and she died suddenly. So she was in a really depressed funk. So an opportunity came along to get this little puppy, and let me go grab her, you guys, so you guys can meet her because she is just adorable. You guys, I proudly introduce you to Miss Lucy Lou. Isn't she adorable? I swear I can't even stand it. And she is just so much fun, and her and Kane get along really well. At first, he was a little confused by her. I think he thought she was like a squirrel or something because she's so tiny. Oh my gosh, she's being so shy. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious because she's a wild one, you guys. She has a zoomies like nobody's business, but we absolutely adore her. My mom is in total love. She never thought she could love another dog. She was like, Laura, I'm really scared. I'm not going to be able to love this dog as much as Zoila, but she has really taken to her. But again, you guys, I'm going to take her back upstairs because I know my mom's probably freaking out without her. But again, this is her. Look at this face. Now we're taking her to the vet, and they are going to trim up these little hairs here because she is part Shih Tzu. So they do get that. It's very common. And the poor thing, I know it's, obstructing her eyesight. So we're excited to get those trimmed done. Oh, I know, sweetheart. But she is just a doll. And I could not wait, to introduce her to you guys. So let me go give her back to my mother before she probably breaks down and cries without her. I'll be right back. Isn't she just precious, you guys? We absolutely love and adore her. And the reason why she was probably a little timid down here, the more I thought about it, is all these bright lights, and she was in a part of the house she's never been in before. So she was out of her little comfort zone, but I had to introduce her to you guys because she's just too adorable. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with the eyes, and I have already used all of these products, you guys. I actually did a TikTok, so I'm a little familiar with everything, but they're really good, you guys. So that's why I wanted to share these products with you. Let's start with the eyes. I'm going to use the primer that I always use, and everything that I will be using will be in the description box below. So I get this primer off Amazon, and it is my Holy Grail primer. You guys, I know I've been purchasing a lot of makeup even after I said I wasn't going to, but I said I was going to try not to, but I was going to purchase things, that I thought I might like and might benefit the channel. And when I purchase products, it doesn't mean, that I think you guys should run out and buy these things. Absolutely not. I'm just showing you things, especially for those who are in the market for some of these products, or wondered how they perform. So that's all I'm here to do, you guys. That's what I do. That's what YouTube and my channel is about, is sharing new products with you and letting you know how they perform on mature skin and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so the new palette that we're going to be trying out today is this new one by Essence. Is this not adorable? I thought when I saw the packaging, I was like, how cute is that? And it's, it looks like this. It's called Don't Worry, Be. So that must be that we could be whatever we want to be. And it opens like this. Isn't that just adorable? And it's has magnetic closures. And this is the color story. So it's a cool tone palette. And they had another one at my Ulta. I don't know if there's more than just two, but I only seen two. And this one I just thought I would use more often. So again, I've already tried this and it's absolutely unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it, you guys. It performed very much like a high-end palette. So I'm going to start with this shade in the corner here. And it's a nice taupe. And I am just going to start by just tapping it on the eye. And when I apply my eyeshadows, again, because I have hooded eyes, I kind of look down into a mirror. And that way I could just see, because if I'm like this, I really can't see where my crease is. So this way I know I have to go way above my crease to be able to see any of the eyeshadow. And those of you that have hooded eyes know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, another little tip if you have hooded eyes and you're not really sure of your placement, after a while you get used to where you got to place things, is just kind of be as relaxed as possible and just, make like a little template of where you want to be, because that way okay, I have to go at least this high for the shadow to be seen. So that's another just little good tip for you guys. So I know I have to go way up for my eyeshadows to be seen. And as you can see, how fast and beautifully that blends out. I mean, these are like effortless and they're super buttery. I could tell the minute I put it into the shadow with my brush, I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be a pretty decent palette. And I've tried other Essence palettes, and this one is, I would say, the best formula yet. Okay, you guys, so this is the eyeshadow. Isn't this just beautiful? And that is in the shade Positive. So now I'm going to go into this cool little combination right here. I don't know. That's when I opened this up, that's what grabbed my eye. So I'm going to go into the darkest shade. The only thing, this one to close, I'm going to go into the darkest shade here. Look at this, you guys. Can you believe how beautifully this blends out? It is just unbelievable, and it's super pigmented. And the nice thing is you can build up on these shades. I feel like I don't have to go into the palette, over and over, but they do build up really nice if you want to deepen up the shade. And it really doesn't turn muddy, especially if you use a lighter hand. It definitely will not turn muddy, but look at this, you guys. Okay, so now I am going to use a little different of a brush here, and I'm going to go into this lightest shade up here and just tap it on the tip of this brush, and then go tap it off a little bit just above everything. And again, just smooth off the edges even more. Okay, you guys, I just went off and did my other eye, but aren't these amazing? I am just so impressed by this palette. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this beautiful silver shade, the shimmer. Wait till you guys see how pigmented this is. So I'm just going to place this on the outer edge right here. And look how pigmented that shimmer is. It is just unbelievable. Again, they're super buttery. I'm just really blown away by this palette, I will say that. Okay, so now I just actually went into this really light shade up here. I'm going to place that on the inner corner. You know that I'm going to Florida, so I probably will be taking this because it's so tiny, and convenient just to throw into your bag, your travel bag. So yeah, you guys, I'm getting super excited. It's almost time. Again, I'm not super excited about flying by myself, but once I get there, I'm sure I will be just fine, but yeah, it's getting close. I think I leave on the 8th of March. Okay, and then I did get a new eyeliner. It's not new, but it's new to me. And it's by ColourPop. It's the BFM, but it's their cream gel liner. So you guys, I've been thinking and I've been seeing a lot of tutorials, and sometimes a bold liner isn't always so flattering on mature eyes. And the older I'm getting, I think I'm going to tone it down here and there. So that's why I wanted a gel liner. So it looks like this, just a simple packaging, and it's just like a pencil and it's retractable. But what I've been doing lately, you guys, is first of all, let me get something. This is new too. I picked it up. It's by E.l.f. and it's called the Wing It Liner. So it looks like this, or it's some kind of brush. Why does it say Wing It Liner? I don't know, but it does, Wing It Liner. You would think it would say something about being a brush. So this is what it looks like. Now, the reason why I purchased it, it looks very similar to one of my Rose and Ben brushes, but it's not as fluffy and it's more dense. But I just thought it would be interesting. So I'm going to try this. And if this doesn't really work, I think I'm going to go into this one here. And it's just an angled brush. But what I've been doing, again, back to the eyeliner, you guys, is I've been just tight lining right here on the upper lid here. And so as you can see how that just darkened, everything up a little bit. And then I'm just going like, it's going to be very hard holding this mirror, but as close as possible to the lashes and almost going like in between the lashes and my waterline and just filling in all that in. And I just been finding that it's just softer and just more flattering on my mature hooded eyes. And then what I've been doing is on this outer corner, so I'm going right at the corner of my eye and like right at the my last lash, and I'm just kind of flicking it up just a touch. So as you can see, hopefully you guys can tell, I just made a very small line. I'm going to try that new little brush by e.l.f. and just take that and see what that does. Ooh, yeah, it really does just flick the color up really nice. I was a little nervous that it was going to be not dense enough, but it really is. Now, the only thing is you got to be a little careful because it does, bring it up quite a bit. But boy, that really does the job. And just take it and just be careful. But that's what that did. I can never do close my one eye. So, but that's what that did. Hopefully you guys can pick that up. So it's just very subtle, just more natural. So I'm really liking, but look at the difference. It's just enough, but it's not over the top. Okay, you guys, so that's my new little thing that I've been doing, especially on days, that I don't want a super dramatic eye. Okay, and like I said, I did get a new mascara, and it's this one, you guys. I was really wanting this. If you guys remember back during one of my other hauls by e.l.f., and they were out. They were sold out. So I went back and they had it, and it's called the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. And this is supposed to be a dupe, what people are saying, to the Benefit, and this is the roller lash. So I got the tester in this, so we're going to kind of compare the two and see how much of a dupe it is. Okay, so this is the packaging to the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. And let's take a look at the wand. So it looks like this. It does look like it's curved just slightly. And it does have like that plastic applicator. So let's take a look at this one or that one and the Benefit. And this is the roller lash. So yeah, the wands are very similar if you guys can see here. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how close of a dupe this is. Okay, lashes are all curled, and I will say I am getting a little bit of transfer to my lower lash line from the ColourPop liner. So I don't know, you guys. I hope it doesn't run again and make me look all raccoony. And if you guys know of a good gel eyeliner that really stays put on the upper lash line, even if it has to, cost a little bit more, I definitely would like to get that because again, I don't really want it transferring onto the lower lash line, but I don't know, you guys, maybe that just happens when you do that. Okay, I'm going to try this e.l.f. again. This is the Lash and Roll, and I'm going to place that on my right eye. And again, we're going to just compare. So, I do like the brush. Ooh, so far so good. I do like the brush, and it's not super wet. I mean, it's a nice mascara. It is separating really nice. It is creating a little bit of length, not so much volume. And I'm just going from right at the root and rolling it up to the tip. Okay, so that's basically one coat. I did smear a little bit down here. And let's try this side here, the Benefit lash or roller lash on the left eye. And just see how close this is. Because I do like the Benefit one. And of course, this one is a little older, so the formula is going to feel a little different. But the brushes feel almost identical. as to the way it's applying on my lashes. It's separating and creating a length. And again, not so much volume. So as of right this second, they are very similar. Okay, so basically that's one coat of each. Yeah, they are very similar, I think. I really can't tell a difference in the two. So let's see if the second coat, if that's where we're going to tell any difference, if any. Let me know in the comment section if you guys see any difference, because honestly, I can't. The Benefit one, I might have slightly more length. Than the e.l.f. one, if you ask me, but it's so slight. But they both are a very nice mascara. So I'm just going to take a little spoolie here and just flick away any of the mascara transfer that I have going on. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is this one by Juvias Place. Again, I already tried this over on my TikTok, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it in just a second. And I got mine in the shade Capri. Now this comes in 33 shades, which I think is super impressive, you know, coming from the drugstore, and it's $23. Now this has acerola cherries in it, vitamin A, vitamin C. It has like some little pearls in it, you know, to create radiance. So it says a lot and it claims a lot. It's supposed to be blurring. And I'll tell you again my thoughts and how I feel about the claims in just a second. So this is what the packaging looks like. I think it is really nice and, you know, just very luxe looking. It has a gold dispenser, you know, which I think is very fancy, especially coming from the drugstore. Okay, for primer, I'm going to be using this. Actually, Hard Candy sent it over to me. It's called Sheer Envy Glow Primer. Now, this has vitamin C in it, peptides, hyaluronic acid, but it's $9, which I thought it was kind of pricey for Hard Candy. But you know, it does have a lot of skincare benefits in it. And it also does have like a gold flex in it. So I'll show you what that's all about. But let's just go through, you guys. I am going to prime my nose area with my favorite Master Blur Stick by Maybelline. This just really fills in the pores. If you guys haven't seen me use this before, I absolutely love it. Now, I did use the foundation over on my TikTok with, you know, using absolutely zero primers. But right now I do want to fill in the pores just to see if it does make any difference whatsoever. Okay, the pores are nice and filled in, and let's go into the primer. So again, this has like a gold flex, and that's what it looks like, you guys. So at first I was a little concerned how this would work on all skin tones, but it really doesn't add any extra, you know, coloring to the skin. If you ask me, I really didn't see a difference in my skin, but I will say when I first started putting it on, it feels greasy, and I was super concerned with that because my T-zone does get super oily, and I was a little concerned how this would work on all skin types. So my thoughts on it was, you know, if I let it dry down for just a minute, that slickness does go away. And my makeup really lasted throughout the day. I didn't see where, you know, it was starting to slip around or anything like that. But my only concern is I don't know how this would work on someone that has oily skin. Again, you know, on my skin, it's fine, but I'm super dry. I need all the hydration I can get. But I do love the glow that it does give my skin. I just don't know how I feel about it yet because I haven't used it enough, you know, to give my final review. But the one time that I did use it, I really did like this primer. So I don't know. I'm going to continue using it, you guys. And again, I've already tried this foundation. And if you guys want to see the full TikTok on that, maybe I'll put that in the description box, and that way you can see how I felt about it that day. But I will say I didn't use any primers, nothing like that, and it really did fill in my pores. So I don't know, you guys. I really like this foundation. So I'm just going to place a little bit on the back of my hand. It's like almost a perfect match for my skin. And again, it's in Capri, but it is a, you know, a thicker formula. You know, when I first started applying it on my face, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be full coverage right off the bat. But it really isn't. You know, once you start blending it out, it does shear down. Now there is a fragrance to this, and the only thing I can explain, like I said over on my TikTok, is it smells like a Jolly Rancher. I'm not even kidding you guys. That's the only thing that came to my head when I first smelled it. I'm like, what is that sweet smell? You know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells like a Jolly Rancher. So I'm only going to place this on one side of my face. That way you guys can see the difference. But look at how quickly this does blend out. It is really nice. Now, like it said, it's medium coverage and you can build it to full. So this is the difference, you guys. And I will come closer, and it just really does blur, you know, your pores. Even though I do have that pore filler, there's areas, you know, where I don't take the pore filler, and it just kind of blurs everything. It's absolutely beautiful. So I did want to do one side with a sponge just to see the difference. And you guys, I love these new sponges, and I actually got it off Amazon, and it came in this big package here, and it was super inexpensive. So, but that's how, you know, how much it grows after it does get wet. But I really like these. So I'm just going to place a little bit on my sponge, and let's just go in and just see if there is a difference or if I like one side better than the other. But as you can see, you really do not need a lot of product. I'm just using what was, you know, left on the back of my hand. And that was one pump, you guys, and that covered pretty much my whole face. So let me take a look at my 5 times mirror and just see what side I like better, or if it matters. Interesting. Here's the weird thing, you guys. Um, with the sponge, I'm finding almost like the same amount of coverage, and I feel like I use less product. I use what, you know, what was left on the back of my hand. So that is pretty interesting. With this product, I really don't think it makes a difference of what you use. You're going to get the same amount of coverage. That is very interesting. Okay, so this is what it looks like up close, you guys. As you can see, the radiance that just comes from this. And I used this the other day without that primer, and I got the same effect. Yeah, you just get that beautiful glow. It's not, I don't think, over the top, but it's just very natural. I absolutely love it. And, you know, that scent, it does go away. Like, I'm not smelling this Jolly Rancher anymore. So, you guys, I just absolutely love it. So, that was my thoughts on it. You know, from the other day, I was like, I was just very impressed. I wasn't anticipating it because when I tested it in the store on my hand, it felt a little dry for some reason. And I think it's because it's so thick. So you don't need a lot. You know, you'd want to shear this one out for sure, but you could build it up to, you know, to make it full coverage. Okay, and for concealer, I'm going to use this oldie but goodie by CoverGirl. It's a stick. If you guys haven't seen this before, I found it on Amazon. It was like $3 and something, but I absolutely love this. I use it all the time. There was a point when this is basically all I would use, and it is just amazing. It's super creamy, and it does cover really well, and it doesn't accentuate, you know, my fine lines and wrinkles throughout the day. But as you can see how nice that is, and I just used very little product. And I find using, you know, your finger for application with this one is probably the best because it just will melt that right into your skin. All right, now the only thing that's not drugstore today that I will be using is this Mally. I've been loving this, you guys. If you haven't seen it, it's called their Face Defender. It has like a clear balm in here. Now, the only thing is, you guys, like when you go to use the sponge that it came with or a brush, you know, some of the makeup does transfer back onto that, but oh well, you guys, I do not mind because I love setting my under eyes with this. Now, if you haven't seen me use this, this is amazing. You don't get any powdery effect from this. And the other nice thing about this too is you can use it as a primer, and it fills in the pores really nice. So I just like placing this in my T-zone as well. As you can see, there is just no powder from that product, and I absolutely love that. And it, you know, sets the makeup down really good. It's great for touch-ups throughout the day too. Okay, and then for bronzer, I think I'm going to use this. I've only used this one time, so I want to revisit it. And it's the e.l.f. and it's the Luminous Putty Bronzer. So, yeah, you guys, I've been wanting to bring this back out and keep forgetting. So I'm actually going to use this brush here, and this is the BK Hot and Flashy brush. I just love it, though. It's like that perfect little angle. So I'm just going to place a little bit on my brush and go in and just see if I have to add any more. So yeah, it's just very natural, and I do like this shade. I believe I got the lightest shade. I will double check though and place that somewhere here or in the description box. Yeah, with this bronzer, I feel like you do have to build up on it just a slightly. It can be very sheer, but with me, I always feel like that can be a good thing because, you know, it's always so hard to go in, you know, if you go in with a product that is super pigmented to try to blend it out. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And it does leave like a little radiance, you know, it's not super matte. And I just like the luminous line, you know, better than the original putties that were more matte. Okay, you guys, and I also did get another little brush from e.l.f. and it's their dual-ended nose contour brush. So I thought this might be a little helpful just to be a little bit more precise with my placement when I'm contouring my nose. So this is what it looks like. This side is like a little angled, and this one is more fluffy, but it's still angled as well. So I think like with this, you're going to want to, this side here, the more dense one, you just kind of do like the outline of where you want this to be. And I probably placed way too much, you guys, but you will see, get the idea. And then I place a little bit on the tip of my nose right there. And I also like to place a little bit under my lip. That just creates a more fuller lip. So that's what I like doing. And then I think with this end, we're going to find out, you guys, is just kind of blend things out. And what I like about these two is, like you guys know, I've already placed that powder, if that's what you call it, on my nose, but it does, you know, apply really nice over any kind of powders. So yeah, you guys, I like this brush a lot. I like it for placement. As for blending it out, it does seem like I am having to use more time than just going in with like a sponge or a more fluffy brush here. So for placement, I really do like it because you can be super precise. So I'm super happy I did get that. Okay, and for blush, I'm going to be using this stick here by LA Girl. These are the best little sticks. I also have the bronzer, and I absolutely love these. These are super long wearing, really nice. And this is in the shade Velvet. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, you guys, I use these all the time. I'm actually going to probably be taking these on vacation again because they are so long wearing. And I think I've said this before, they feel almost waterproof. Like it takes a lot for these to come off. So, you know, during perspiration and stuff, this will be perfect for that kind of weather. So, I mean, look at that. I used very little and it's super pigmented and just absolutely beautiful. It blends out like a dream. Now, I find mine on Amazon. I rarely see them at my Ulta, so I don't know, you guys. But yeah, absolutely love these little sticks. And I think for setting powder, I'm going to use this one here by e.l.f. It's the Halo Glow Setting Powder. I like using that just around the perimeter of my face. If I use it in my T-zone, I feel like it really accentuates my pores, so I just kind of stay away from that area with this. I don't know why it does that. I think it's because there is that glow infused in the powder, but you guys, I just don't get things, but yeah, I just feel like it really does accentuate, you know, I would never set under my eyes with this or anything. So I just use this to add a little bit of glow and set all of these cream products, but it's still going to keep like that nice glow on my skin. So as you've seen, I avoided the nose and right here and under the eyes. So I'm just doing around the rest of my face to set it. Okay, guys, we have a major problem here. As you can see, I hope you guys can pick this up. That is all, I don't know, smeared with one of the two the mascara or the eyeliner, and I'm going to put money on it's the eyeliner. So I don't know, you guys. I'm kind of bummed about that. I do have another eyeliner I'm going to be testing out in a future video, and hopefully that one will be better. But yeah, as of right now, something is definitely causing the black raccoon eyes. So, oh, what a bummer, you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the palette just to finish off the eye look. And I think I'm just going to take like a angle brush and go into this deep shade here and place this on the outer corner. And maybe this might help with that smearing or smudging I'm getting from something, you guys. And then I'm going to go into this shade here, this taupe shade, and just go along the whole lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into this beautiful shade here, just to really highlight this area. I think that really just looks so pretty and opens the eye just slightly. So yeah, love that. Love this palette, you guys. I'm super, super impressed. Okay, so all we have to do now is set the face and apply a little bit of lipstick. And I think to set the face, I'm going to use this oldie but goodie, and it's the e.l.f. and it's the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. So there is like a little ball in here, but this does work really well, and I do love how fine the mist is. So now for lipstick, I think I'm going to line my lips with this CoverGirl, and this is their Super Ageless lip liner, and this is in the shade Elegant Nude. So if you haven't seen this before, it has that kind of angled tip, which I actually really like. I don't like it, for your brows, but for lips, it works really nice. I just think it makes the application just so much easier. Oh, such a beautiful shade. I honestly could just use this and a lip gloss and be out the door. I love that color and the formula. Okay, and for lipstick, I'm going to use this new lipstick by e.l.f. I absolutely love these. And this is the O-Face collection, and this is in the shade Seamless. So it looks like that. I just thought that this would look really nice with this cool tone look. So these are super... Oh gosh, you guys, I just went way up on my lip line. These are super creamy and long lasting. So yeah, isn't that a beautiful shade? So I absolutely love these. These have been in my purse nonstop. Okay, you guys, so this is today's final look. I am super happy with everything I tried today, except for that eyeliner, which shocks me because, coming from ColourPop, it just really blows my mind. Everything that I've ever tried from them, I haven't had that kind of problem. So I really don't think it's coming from the mascara, you guys, because I have two different mascaras on, and I really don't think they would do the exact same thing. So I'm really thinking it's coming from that eyeliner. But you guys, I will say this foundation is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. I'm actually going to move to the side here so you can see what it looks like after 8 hours of wear. Now, again, I didn't use any primers that day, no pore filler, nothing. So, and that was the only place that it wore off was, on my nose. So I'm curious to see today if it does the same thing. And I'll let you guys know in the description box below or somewhere here. But that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys were looking into any of these products, I hope it was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed meeting Lucy Lou because we just absolutely adore her. I was so happy to share her with you. Okay, and if you did enjoy today's video, if you please help me out by hitting that like button, I would truly appreciate it. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much, and until next time.